Once you've got some experience to show off, the next step is to put it all together into a portfolio. A portfolio is essentially where you take all of the work that you've worked on and you put it in one place that a potential employer or someone who you want to see your work can see it all in one place. What do you guys think are some benefits of having a portfolio, and what value do you think it brings to the table?
Yeah, I think for me, a resume shows a lot, shows what you do, what you have, all your experience, but it doesn't let you show everything, especially the work that you've done. You can't put it on a one-pager. So having an online portfolio is, yeah, super beneficial, so you can really encapsulate all your work and showcase everything that you have done since you started your career, or since you started college. So yeah, I think it's super helpful, and just to organize everything that you've done as well, a place to keep everything.
I like the portfolio resume comparison.
Yeah.
I feel like in the resume, you can talk about your skills, you can talk to your like abilities, but in the portfolio, you can actually show it. You can show all your examples.
Well, and too, like, let's say you're competing against another classmate or even peer for a job. If you both have the same skill in your resume, having an actual visual of the work you've done with that skill, I feel like can show an employer too, like, yeah, they both know Google Analytics, but this is what they did with it compared to this individual. And I think it's just, visuals are so much easier too.
Yeah.
What would you guys say is a good starting point when developing your portfolio? Like having all this, you have all this work that you've stored up. Where do you start?
Yeah, I think for my personal digital portfolio, I have it segmented or sectioned off, kind of how you were talking about earlier, even just mapping it out at first of what you want on there and what you have to put on there. I have kind of my portfolio sectioned off by what I've done in the classroom, what I've done in my internship, and then just like outside work that I've done, just like personal stuff. And I also have kind of an about me section just to show my personality even more. And that's kind of where I put my resume stuff as well on there, just my school, relevant work experience, all my skills, my soft skills, and my like work related skills, and then yeah, just a little bit paragraph about me, photos of me, just to show who I am. I think that's a big part of also landing a job, is being able to show who you are as a person outside of work, and how that kind of caters, I guess, to like how you act at work. So
yeah, and then to add on to that too, like, I feel like looking at a job position you might be applying for, seeing what skills are located in that position and how you can apply that to your portfolio, or like what Connor was saying, you know, you self-teach yourself this skill. How can you incorporate that to a more of a professional level? How can you showcase the work you've done so far? How can you build on that? And like photography is something we've been learning at the clinic, and just having a little kind of a gallery of just like something to start and reference kind of helps show your life, your personal life for one, and also like your skills within photography in general. So that's kind of something I've been adding as well as my portfolio.
For sure. Any experience is experience. You
Yeah.
don't want to downplay that. So
Exactly.
if you have any photography that you think is really good work, show it, because a future employer might really like it, and that might set you apart from other candidates for that job.
And a lot of places I feel like too have a lot of opportunity for growth. So let's say you know a little bit about photography, well that can turn into you landing a photography role down the line too.
For sure.
So we kind of touched on showing your personality in your portfolio, showcasing your skills just in the whole creation of it. How do you think to go about that? Like, how do you show your personal touch when designing yours?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me particularly, I use just like, first off, like the foundation, like colors and fonts that I really enjoy and kind of show my personality. I really enjoy like earth tones and stuff like that, and that's how my room looks. That's how like just like everything that I buy looks, and that just shows who I am. So making it like personalized to me, I think, is a big thing, and continuing the personalization, like having your email, your LinkedIn to show more personal parts of you, photos of yourself, headshots, anything professional that you have done, to put yourself on there as well. so it doesn't just look like text on a page.
Exactly. Like what makes you kind of stand out from the next person, how you're unique. To add on like the brand thing that Megan was talking about, one of my favorite things about working with clients is that every client has their own logo, their own brand, their own fonts, which definitely working with that, you kind of develop things you like. You develop your own brand essentially. Mine is probably not the logo, but I think it's kind of fun to just have like that full control. I honestly think building my digital portfolio on a website is more stressful sometimes than client work. Not because I don't do good work for clients, but just because it's stressful to like think of yourself as like, you know, like kind of we're saying like you don't always like to talk about yourself, like
Right.
putting yourself out there to have like this, it's hard to decide what represents you as a whole, especially because you obviously people just know surface level things about you most of the time. So having like your ability to build your own brand, your own colors, your own font, show who you are as a person, I think is really awesome.
I think it's about being genuine and not like holding back anything. Like, I have an interests page on mine, and I put my interests out there. Like, I've been really into golf recently. I like playing Dungeons and Dragons with my friends.
Yeah.
I like going on walks with my dog. I highlight all that on there.
Yeah.
I really like let my personality bleed through on those
Yeah.
kinds of pages.
But if you are being true to yourself, like you don't want to kind of fake what you
Right.
are
Mhm.
just to land a job,
Right.
because
Right.
then you might not like the job 6 months in because you
Mhm.
realize it wasn't actually a good fit for you. But you
Exactly.
were just trying to, land it. So, for sure.
Another question I have for you guys: do you have your resumes on your portfolio? Because I have a spot where you can download it, but I don't know if that's the right thing to do. What's your take on that?
I think it's great to have it on there. I
Mhm.
have my resume more so as like a page
Okay.
rather than being a download option.
Mhm.
But I think that's a great idea. I also think that if you are to the point where you are showcasing your portfolio, they might have the resume already.
That's what I was thinking.
Right.
I feel like in the path of like
But-
resume portfolio.
But if you put it in your LinkedIn
Mhm.
and you have your digital portfolio linked,
Yeah.
then they have it all right there. So
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I think you could even add your website, you know, like your URL, put that on your resume too.
Mhm.
But I feel like I would have envisioned it to be looking at the resume and then showing your portfolio potentially like later on.
Mhm.
But it could go either or.
It depends on the journey you want people
Yeah.
to take in exploring your work. You may want to have the portfolio, then the resume, or the resume leading to the portfolio.
Mhm.
I guess that all just plays into the design you choose for it.
Yeah, for sure.